Education is our passport to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. But how much is that education actually worth? Can all Virginians afford this passport to the future? On August 8, 2012, Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell held a press conference to announce progress in lowering college tuition. According to the Office of the Governor, the tuition increase for the year 2012 is the lowest Virginia has seen in a decade. Their office also states, quote, "The average increase of 4.1% in 2012 is less than half of 10-year average, down from 7.9% last year. Tuition at Virginia schools has increased by 91% over the last decade."
But this is a remarkable achievement. It's dramatically below where we were just last year, which was nearly 7%. And as I mentioned, with a 10-year average of 10% a year, to get to 4.1% or 41% of what the previous increases are, is a significant step in the right direction.
The decision to pursue an education and obtain a degree from one of Virginia's institutions of higher learning is a major decision.
57% of all Virginia graduates come out of school with debt, and the average debt is $23,000.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, the median household income for Virginians in 2010 was just over $60,000. With that said, a prospective undergraduate student looking to attend UVA for the 2011-2012 academic year will pay tuition and fees costs of just over $23,000. Prospective in-state students electing to attend James Madison University would pay just over $8,000 per semester for tuition and fees. A Virginian could opt to attend a community college such as Piedmont, Virginia, and pay roughly $120 per credit hour.
I think the first thing is our office is pretty realistic with people. There's a lot of people who we've told that you really just can't afford to be here. And we feel a big responsibility for that. We'd rather be upfront and let you know that than try to encourage you to take out $100,000 in student loans and be a teacher. I love teachers, I'm married to one, but you don't want to graduate with $100,000 in loans if that's going to be your profession. It just really changes the direction of your life. So we're very realistic with people up front about whether or not it's affordable or not affordable to be here.
We realized also that at the time, 3 years ago when I took office, only 38% of Virginians were able to get a college degree in Virginia. Only 42% overall were college educated.
I conducted a survey, and I encourage you to provide your input as well. The survey's intention was to gain an understanding on what readers felt about higher education and its necessity. 75% of responders to the survey agreed that a pursuit of higher education is worth the financial toll it takes on your bank account.
We don't focus on a specific type of income. It's whatever you have coming in, how can you best utilize it to plan your future and minimize your debt.
Some survey takers believe that a drop in the tuition rate doesn't particularly provide encouragement to attend school. Not having the time to go back to school will always be a speed bump, whatever the cost, stated one survey taker. Not to say that higher education holds only a monetary value and cost. You should consider the value of your education and the benefits it holds, not just for yourself, but also for others. Is a degree necessary for you to be successful? One responder to the survey stated, "It is for certain professions, but not for others."
Young people have got to come out of high school career ready or college ready. And when they come out of college, they've got to be ready to take on something of significance in the workforce to be the leaders of tomorrow.
Virginians choose to attend college for multiple reasons. Whether your reason is a love of education or possible career advancement, financing your journey is an obstacle that is shared by all in the pursuit of higher education.
College tuitions had doubled. 100% increase over the last decade, and that is an unacceptable trend. You cannot sustain that trend for these young people, and look at the amount of debt that they are going into.
How useful is the post-9/11 GI Bill for Virginia's military and their families?
If you come into the Army Reserves or the National Guard, you're going to get $350 a month for a full-time student. The difference between the reserves and the active duty is it's obviously a lot less money, But of course you're part-time. But you can use that active duty GI or that reserve GI Bill immediately while you're in the reserves.
On April 27, 2012, President Obama signed a new bill that would protect vets from possible marketing schemes. This new initiative requires schools to be more transparent in their efforts to recruit veterans into their institutions.
GI Bill was designed to give soldiers and military personnel money for college to help, further their education and pay for school. And then tuition increased so much that they came out with tuition assistance as well. So your tuition assistance paid directly to your schools. Your GI Bill is money, cash paid directly to the service member or the soldier. Your post 9/11 GI Bill is something that they would add in addition to your reserve GI Bill. It's a second GI Bill to you, essentially. And you get that when you become mobilized and deployed.
FindAid.org has found that saving $50 a month from birth will yield about $20,000 by the time the child turns 17. Assuming a 7% return of interest, saving $200 a month will yield almost $80,000.
Whatever income you have coming in, what's the best way you can utilize that money to get the kind of life that you want? Is it just to get yourself through school? How can you minimize your debt so you'll walk out of school owing as little as possible?
Gandhi once stated, "I do not for one moment believe that my life would have been wasted had I not received higher or lower education, nor do I consider that I necessarily serve because I speak. But I do desire to serve, and in endeavoring to fulfill that desire, I make use of the education I have received."